Tez here and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I recently quit my job as a hospital pharmacist, and if you want to know why, then please stick around and you'll find out. I guess the main question is, why did I quit? There's a few answers to this, but I won't be discussing all of them on camera because some of them are a little bit sensitive and I don't want to get too deep into it. So I guess one of the reasons is that I'd worked at my previous job for 3 years nearly. I guess 3 years in total, combining pre-reg and some of my training, and I like to think that it's good to move around so you don't get too complacent and you don't get too comfortable. So I feel like the first year to learn the job, the second year to perfect the job and to be good at the job, and then the third year to teach somebody else the job, and then you move on. So I sort of feel like that's a good philosophy to have, and I know it's a little bit harder in healthcare because we get really specialised, but I just felt that I'd done enough for the place I was working at that moment, and I just wanted to explore other avenues. I guess another thing is that whilst jobs are amazing, they're still just jobs. They're vessels to our destination, if you want to be deep about it, but at the end of the day I work because I need money to do the things that I want to do, if that makes sense, and I picked a specific job, so even if I move to another job I'm still having to work. It's not like I've made it in the world because I do one job over the other. I still have to go, I still have to get paid, and I could still get fired potentially. So I like to think that a job is just a job and you can always find another job, and even though you build like these connections with people build and break connections every day, and I think that it's really easy to get comfortable in the situation that you're in and feel that the job becomes your life. And I guess with everything that's been going on, everyone's had to sort of take a hard look at their jobs and see if that's what they want to do. But I like to think that I work to live, not live to work, and I feel that at some point I just thought to myself, if I die today, am I going to be happy that this is the job that I was doing when I died? And I guess at that moment in time it wasn't. So I just thought I needed to maybe do something else, because even though I'm a little bit old, I'm only in my early 30s and I still have life out there, I like to think. So I just thought, why not try something else, and if I like it then I can stick with it. If not, there's still going to be another job out there for me. So jobs aren't perfect, right? Nobody wants to work for money. You want to work because you enjoy something. If you're having to work for money, it stops being enjoyable, because if you don't feel like working, you don't get money and you need money. So I'm not saying that my previous job was perfect. I mean, there were a few situations that felt unfair to me, and on reflection I could have spoken up more or dealt with it a bit differently, but I didn't at the time. So I feel like because I accepted things, then more things happened to me, and then it became difficult for me to raise it, because it was almost like, well, you've been okay with it all this time, why didn't you say something then, why are you saying it now? And I just felt like I needed a fresh start from that perspective, so I just thought it was better to just find a job somewhere else. Sometimes when you're growing up, like, you hear certain things, your parents tell you certain things about how to behave in society and how people will perceive you, and you sort of have that in the back of your mind, and you don't want to be stereotyped based on how you're feeling, and you don't want to let your emotions, I guess, or anything ruin your work environment, so you end up just accepting, well, I do anyway, but I accepted things that maybe I shouldn't have, because I didn't, do you know, like when you look around your colleagues and you don't see yourself, I feel like a lot of people can relate when I say that. It's then quite difficult to then explain your issue and have them understand, because it's not something that they deal with, if that makes sense. But without getting too much into that, yeah, there were a few things that could have done something about, but I didn't. But it's fine, we move. One of the reasons that deterred me from leaving my previous role was the status associated with working there. For example, saying that you own a Tesla Model S is not the same as saying you own like a Ford KA from 2002, for example. I mean, cars don't define people's wealth, but the stereotypes associated with cars and how people perceive your wealth and how they perceive you as a person and your achievements almost. So I was kind of scared because I didn't want to go from like a Tesla, well, let's not call it a Tesla, I guess from like a Merc AMG to a Ford KA 2010 or something. Speaking of Mercs, that was another reason why I didn't want to leave my job. I guess that was the main reason, if I'm being honest, and I just think that just shows that I was ready to leave at that time. As you know, I used to drive a little cute A-Class or whatever. I used to drive a baby Benz, and that was through work. So by leaving work, I had to let go of the car, and I really struggled with that. I was very attached to my car, and I felt like it was part of my identity, which is, I guess, proof that I was ready to leave, because if you're staying in a job because of a car, then just leave. Then leave. I did have the option to just pay off the rest of it straight away, but that was going to be 22k. And last time I checked, that was my house deposit, so I decided not to go down that route, so I had to let the car go. I've got some footage actually of me driving a manual car after I gave my old car back and I got a new car, which I'm going to insert now, which you may or may not find funny, but I just think that it's ridiculous how... Hey guys, so my beautiful baby has left me, and I'm having to drive a different car, which is a 1.2 manual as opposed to my beautiful 2.5 automatic. And I'm struggling because, oh, it's a bit dusty. I'm struggling because I can't figure out how to work a manual car. I've been trying to, like, I've just realised anyway that I've been trying to press the brake thinking that the brake is the clutch, which is stupid, I know, but it's been a while since I've driven a manual car, and even though I have a manual license, I've mostly been driving auto cars. First thing, I tried to start the car, but you need to put the key in the thing to start it, so it's been a while since I've had to do that. I think only my first car did that. And now, do I start on the brake or on the clutch? This is where I'm confused. Do I start on the brake? Do I press the brake and then start the car? Maybe I should put my seatbelt. Okay, so the car's on. Need my spectacles to see. Okay, I need to clean the thing. Am I reversing? I can't. I'm so used to cameras. I don't know how far away from... I think I'm quite low. I'm literally driving on the clutch because I don't know how to change the gears. Jesus, please protect me as I embark on this journey. Okay, so increasing speed. So yeah, can you see, that goes a mess. But anyways, I guess that is one of the things I miss about working there. There are other things I miss, and obviously other people, but nothing and no one really comes to mind, so. Anyways, moving on swiftly, I'm still a pharmacist. I just don't work in a hospital anymore. I mean, there's other things pharmacists can do. I still have to pay that GPHC registration fee because I still want to practice as a pharmacist. But I hate to be one of these people, but you're going to have to watch the next video to find out what it is that I do. And that also means that you'll get a new updated salary video because I obviously don't earn the same amount of money anymore. So if you want to watch that, then keep an eye out to see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or video suggestions. Don't forget to tap the like button so the video reaches more people. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye!